What is SMP? SMP, otherwise known as scalp micropigmentation, a hairline tattoo, a hair tattoo, all these terms are loosely used for what we do. SMP, in short term, is a form of cosmetic tattooing to replicate your existing hair follicles in parts of your scalp that you're experiencing hair thinning. We use SMP to create the illusion of new growing hair follicles. It works best, to be honest with you, in my opinion, if you used to have a buzz cut. So that level of hair, when you buzz your hair down short like a shaved head, you got that new follicle just about to grow through. That's the look we're trying to replicate. So SMP will work great to give you that hairline back, to frame your face again, to possibly give you more density on the crown area. You know, if you're, got diffuse thinning, so you've got loose hair all over the top of your scalp and you want it to just create that thicker, more fuller, natural look, SMP is definitely going to be right for you. Who is SMP for? Now, SMP, scalp micropigmentation, is for really anyone that's suffering from hair loss, anywhere from male pattern hair loss to female pattern hair loss to, androgenic alopecia, which is male pattern and female pattern hair loss, alopecia areata, alopecia universalis, scarring conditions. There's a wide range of conditions and states of form that you can be that SMP will work for. If you've noticed your corners of your hairline fading away, thinning out, SMP is definitely for you. If you've noticed your crown area thinning out, SMP 100% is for you. If you have overall thinning, so you've got light hairs on the top of your scalp and you just want that fuller look, SMP is definitely for you. A common treatment that we do here in the clinic is guys or girls that have had hair transplants, so post-hair transplant, you've had your hair transplant done, it's not quite giving you the density that you require. SMP will definitely work for you as well to give you that fuller look. SMP is also great for scar camouflage. Now, the typical scar camouflage, the typical scars that we see in the clinic are scars from hair transplants. So if you've been under a FUE hair transplant treatment or FUT, and you get that either linear scar from ear to ear, or you get the patchy scars like all over the back of your scalp where they've taken the grafts from the back of your scalp, SMP can be used to camouflage that, to give you a fuller look on your scars. And you've got to remember, scar camouflage is a camouflage, it's not a get rid of. So depending on how good the surgeon was that done the treatment, whether the scar's a little bit concave or a little bit convex, a little bit slightly discoloured, we'll do our best to conceal that the best we can. So we also have clients that come in into the studio, into the clinic, that suffer from alopecia areata all the way up to alopecia universalis. Now, SMP again, it's great for that, just to give you that look again, to give you a frame to your face, and hopefully relieve some of the stresses and the worries that you may be going through suffering from this condition. How does SMP work? Now, SMP works by, in this case me, implanting pigment into your scalp. Now we're trying to hit the dermis, actually the second layer of the dermis, which is the papillary layer. Now we're implanting pigment into that layer to replicate your existing hair follicles, particularly when shaved down to a buzz cut level. We treat each client with multiple sessions, usually 3, sometimes 4, but it is multiple sessions. It's just how I feel it's the best way to get you the result you need without taking any unnecessary risks. So we build up. We start off a little bit light, get a little bit darker and a little bit darker on each session in an ideal scenario. Again, you've got to remember the first session is very loose, and then we create density as we go through the sessions. So session 2 will be a little bit more dense, session 3 will be, you'll start to be looking good after session 3. The process usually takes about 5 to 6 weeks from start to finish. So I personally like to leave 1 to 2 weeks gap between the first and the second session. And then I like to leave about anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks gap between the second and the third session. If there's a full session required, we can leave it a little bit longer or leave it 4 weeks. Doesn't really matter too much, but in an ideal scenario, from you walking into the clinic to you walking out with your finished scalp micropigmentation, you'd be looking at around 5 to 6 weeks. Is SMP right for you? Now, there's not many people in the category of it's not right for you. Now, it all really depends on you, you know, getting your expectations in line of what we can do here. Now, if you've got, you know, your crown's completely thin, but you've got hair on your hairline, loose hair on the front, you kind of comb it over a little bit, and then you want me to do SMP to cover the crown, it's probably not for you. Now, if you've got hair on your crown, but it's loose, but you've got loose hair all over, and you want a little bit more of a fuller look, SMP is definitely for you. If you want to buzz your hair down low, and then fill in all the light areas to get your hairline back in and matching what you got at the sides and the back, again, SMP is for you. But it's just about getting the right game plan to get you where you need to be. So us men, we usually find ourselves when we're losing hair or thinning, there's a scale called the Norwood scale, and it usually runs from 2 to 7, 2 being minor, 7 being quite severe. You can find that scale on our website on one of the blog posts, but if you go in there and sort of see the illustrations, see the diagrams and think that you fit into one of those categories, again, if you are anywhere there, SMP is almost certainly gonna help you and gonna work for you. How much is SMP? Now, this question is probably rolling around the internet all over the place, but you know, I can't speak for others, but what we do here, our prices start from £350 for SMP, just for a top up for our existing clients. If you fall somewhere on the Norwood scale, anywhere between 3 to 7 on the Norwood scale, our prices start from £21.50. Full details of our pricing and stuff, we're quite open with it. You'll find it on our website, on our cost page. As always, if there's any questions, you've got all our details, you've got the website, you've got our number, drop us a message. Either myself or one of the team will get back to you. And yeah, hopefully see you soon.